shockingly, hang on a minute, that's not right. I wanted... Really? This doesn't have Am I going crazy here? Because I'm not seeing a 1080p option here. Oh, it is down here. You just have to scroll all the way to the frickin' bottom. Sorry. It never crossed my mind that we'd start. Oh, gosh. That's not quit the options menu. That's quit the whole frickin' game. Oh, for Christ. Oh dear, I'm glad I amused myself with my own stupidity, because I clearly not frickin' anybody else's. Right, never mind. Anyway, regardless of that, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Entropia. Right, so, I have also just realised the microphone isn't even pointed at me. That's a good start, isn't it? Never mind, this is the most unprofessional start to a video we've ever done, and frankly, that is saying something. Anyway, what does Entropia mean, you may ask? Well, I looked it up, and it's apparently the name of a MMO. It's also apparently a Greek word from which we derive, as in the English language, derives the word entropy, which apparently has something to do with measuring the transferring of temperature, useful energy. I have no idea. I'm not a physicist, I'm a social scientist, and a very unsocial social scientist, but never mind. This game is apparently about a like Alien Isolation, and it looked quite cool. Okay, we have levels of difficulty. Okay, oh gosh, this is... Oh, I see. Well, that makes the decision easier, doesn't it? Right, easy. Be stealthy, search for objects, keep the energy running, and interact with the main computer. Smarter boss, reduce times, more specimens, and all specimens at once, if you pay a few quid. Okay, I suppose we'll have an introduction. Scientific exploration vessels, SpaceX, date September 30th, 2097. Crew 4, cargo, extraterrestrial lifeforms, charming, course returning to Earth. So I'm hoping for a kind of Star Trek Alien Isolation kind of vibe out of this. Looks gorgeous, I must say. Don't let our fears limit us not aiming for the stars, those lights that make us wonder. Our very existence go by too quickly and we can't read what they say. I hope you enjoyed reading that, because I didn't actually get a chance to. Okay, hello. Finally, a game with decent mouse sensitivity. That makes a lovely change. Okay. That is a gorgeous galaxy out there. It looks like a firework display, and trust me, I know all about those, for reasons we won't get into. Okay, so are these the aliens? I don't know, they look pretty human to me. So maybe these are the crew, maybe it's like a cryogenic sleep thing. What does this say? Anything exciting? It's too small, I can't read this. Too small like my brain. Right. So, what do we have here? What's this? A scanner, I presume. Oh! Presume these are glow sticks, right? Okay, so this is the 2097 equivalent of a glow stick. Hopefully this thing doesn't run out of puff in 5 minutes. Okay, so are there only 4 of us here? Yes, there are. So presumably we are the crew then. Who's the captain? Am I the captain? Or am I just the local jester kept around in order to entertain the rest of the crew? Nah, I'm only kidding. I'm not nearly entertaining enough for that. Right, can I sneak around the back of the staircase? No. But I wanted to see...
We are having some problems here. The generator is damaged, and I woke you up because I need you to reset it manually, since we don't have so long until the oxygen runs out. Just go in a straight line from here and you will get to it. You must be really careful. Some specimens have escaped from the cargo.
Oh, right, okay, the oxygen is getting, really, really low. I like your Scottish accent. Scottish accents are very calming. Right, escaping pod. Oh, I'm not allowed in there. Okay, if you insist. Okay, I suppose we should hurry then, given the fact that, the oxygen's running out. Please tell me there's glass here. Yes, there is. Good. That makes me infinitely more happy about my life. And the fact that I still have one. I have never been so pleased by a game than today when I learn that by walking into a chair, I make a bong noise. That's lovely. I don't even know why that's lovely, but it is. Right, what was my objective? I've already completely forgotten. Uh-oh, I see things on the radar. I see things in real life. They look very dangerous. Lockers. We should probably go there, because it doesn't involve going wherever under the sun they are. Can I enter, please? Thank you, kindly. What do we have here? Do I have a gun? What's this, gas mask? Indeed. I have gas mask. I have piece of paper. With meaningless scribbles on it. I'm gonna stick with this thing, since this thing just saved my life. May I have? May I have? Thank you. Thank you. There was nothing in there to have. I'm most disappointed. These Scottish ships are not well equipped. Okay, so there wasn't a gun in there, which is a bit of a shame. Does this, however, allow me to survive beyond the oxygen running out? Because, to be honest with you, we've probably already run out, haven't we?
You must restore the power. The oxygen is decreasing.
Yes.
Otherwise, all the crew will die.
Oh, of course they will.
We depend on you.
I completely forgot about that. No, okay, so I can't get in here. So can I crouch? I don't remember there being a control setup. Here we are. Right. So let me turn that off. I apologise that you can now see the grand total of diddly squat, but such is life. Locked. If you insist. Right, okay. So, we need to stealth our way around. And try not to get our face eaten by the monster that I can clearly hear is right next to me. Oh, I should turn that off, shouldn't I? Open? Well, I don't know, is it? You'll have to tell me, kiddo. Right, can I shut the door on this thing? Ugh, it's going all squelchy. Ah, well, that was fantastically successful. Oh, it wasn't that was going all squelchy, it was... I stood under that. I see something on the radar, but I don't see it in real life. Right, power room, yes. That should be where the oxygen is. The oxygen generation didgeridoo is. I should probably go in there, quickly, in order to... Oh, hi, friend. Didn't see you there. How are you? Hi. 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 You're thrusting your chest out at me, which is, both gratifying, exciting, and also at the same time absolutely terrifying. So if you don't mind, I'm going to run away. Right, on button. On. Oh! What? 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 Those creatures attack as soon as they target or step below their eggs. Check the main panel for more information. May I be permitted 2 seconds to reset? Oh. Oh. Okay, so if you haven't twigged what's going on, John stepped out of this pod and he went down there and now he's dead. Now somebody else has come to life and they have to deal with the situation. And they don't have the equipment that John had. And we're still running desperately out of oxygen. Right. This is going to be fun on a turkey bun. Okay, so, I'm going to talk as I move because we don't have time to hang around. I'm also going to be thoroughly terrified of this thing and realise that it's a lot easier to see when you don't have that mask on. You can see me, can't you? You know I'm here. You're not fooled in the slightest by my attempts to sneak. Ooh. The chair scared me more than anything else. Right, so what I stood under was one of them things, which apparently is the eggs of those creatures, which are how they kill you. So I was thoroughly befuddled by what I saw, because what I seemed to see was... Yeah, there should be my equipment over there. What I seemed to see was a load of thrusting and gyrating, a lot of squelchy noises, and a lot of strange curves. So it was kind of a bit scary, if I'm honest, that death had an oddly sexual undertow. So I'm glad that that particular incident of my life is over with, and we can get on with life. Yes, I see the mask there. So I think the creature is still there, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, because that's right in front of the door. So I don't stand a chance of getting through that door. Hi friend, yes, I see you. I just want to get this equipment and leave. I don't have any interest in your children or anything else. Turn your what up? I also have no idea how to take this mask off. Okay. Whoa, mate. Mate, slow down, chill, buy me dinner first. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm gonna have to... Oh, I'm doomed. Light, camera, action, gun? Put that notepad down, for goodness sake, I don't care. Power, yes. Oxygen decreasing. I noticed. Could you turn the power back on? How? This is not power generation. This is the tomb of Solomon Grundy. Oh, gosh. Yes, I know. We're all dead because we ran out of oxygen. I noticed. The whole crew has died. Yes. I completely agree. Oh, shit. Well, come on. Yeah. Fine, whatever. If you want me to do it that way, I will. Right. Once the genie's out of the bottle, what's going to happen? It could be terrible. And hopefully, if I die a lot more, I might actually get to the end of that quote. Oh, sheesh. Right. Okay. Never mind any of that rubbish. Let's leave these behind so that we can actually use them again when we inevitably die a miserable death as an absolute categorical failure to my crew and the Scottish computer. Could you open the door, for crying out loud? Thank you very much. Oh, sheesh. Okay, so I saw a gun. I did not see this before. That's because it wasn't here before. There was a gas mask in there before, and certainly no gun. So... now I am far better equipped to deal with the situation. Hi, friend. I was scared of you before. Guess what? I'm not anymore. Scared. Okay, I'm a little nervous now because you're not here and you were before, so I'm slightly... nerved due to the fact that I literally just stepped underneath that thing and I didn't even realise it was there. Right, okay, so I saw nothing in that power room which even began to elate to turning the systems back on. Is it dead? I'm not convinced it's dead. I'm convinced it's dead. Okay, right. Well, that's one less problem to deal with, I suppose. No light, though, which is going to make this thing rather tricky. Right. Where is the button that turns the oxygen generation back on? It must be this thing, right? Do I need to... oh, gosh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. There we are. I swear that I clicked on that at least 5 times. How do you recharge this thing? Or does it only have 3 shots? Ah, this may have been a mistake. You are rather scary, so I'm going to get out of here. You kind of remind me of a combination of Bane and a super mutant. Right, I'm going to get out of here, frankly. A ladder. Need to go to the staircase, then can I go up the ladder? Yes, I can. Look at me. Like a monkey in a zoo. Oh, for goodness sake. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to see somebody climb so many ladders they could unlock the golden skin. A golden skin for it. Could you kindly climb the ladder? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You can save your entire crew from dying of suffocation, but you cannot, however, climb a ladder, even if that ladder goes to the grand total of no place. Right. Let's pretend like that's completely of no interest whatsoever. And let's be careful about not wasting the ammunition, because frankly, I feel rather nervous holding a gun that I can't even shoot. Okay, so the oxygen's back on. We have succeeded at our first task. Hi, friend. I'm going to go the other way. And by go the other way, I mean wander around randomly and hopelessly in the vain guess that one of these corridors will lead to someplace good. Hi, friends. Glad to see we're having a lovely little friend party here, where all of the nice friends meet each other and don't murderalize one another. I'm so glad that I waltzed in on this. My voice is going hoarse already. This is getting ridiculous. Right. What? What is this? Hello? Shut up. Is this another computer I can talk to? No? Okay, if you insist. Right. Shut up. What's this? This looks like... Oh no, hang on a minute. I thought it was a teleporter. No, it's clearly not a teleporter. It's clearly, a sea dragon in a jar. Excellent. There's not a sentence I thought I was going to say today. Ugh. Well, I like this. I'm not sure I like this anymore. This is brilliant. I love this. This is fantastic. Right. So, we need to presumably get back to the computer. The Scottish lady who was talking to us previously, is that a tripwire or just a corner? No, it's fine. What am I... Oh. Okay. I'm a bit confused as to where I've come from. Where did I go? Can I have this? What is this? A grenade? I suppose there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Okay, let's unlock room. Yes, I'd like to do that thing, please. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What the heck happened? I don't think that worked. I think it's a lure. Right, I think that's what that is. Right. I should have prefaced that this game is still quite early access. This is a demo. I should preface. Never mind, doesn't matter if it's a demo or not. You're still gonna die. Good. Excellent. Right, Madam Computer, how are you doing?
Unfortunately, it has passed so long, all the specimens have escaped. I couldn't contain them. The possibilities of surviving here are pretty much zero. You need to leave the ship as soon as possible. 2 power cores are required to enter the escaping pod. 1 core is located downstairs in the laboratory, which is locked. You'll need a password. The second one is in the elevator. Also, don't forget to watch out, John. Hurry.
Okay, if you insist. So, we don't have to worry about that anymore. Status. Tips? Tips? Oh, those would have been really useful to see at the beginning. Right, never mind. This is fun though, I like this. So, escaping pod. I need to get a pair of power cores. I really should have listened to what she was saying, shouldn't I? A pair of power cores, we need to get in the laboratory, and we need to get in an elevator. Okay, so thank you so much for telling me where the code to wherever it is I'm going is. Is the laboratory in there? Because this is locked. Yes, locked. So where can I find the key? Ooh, hi, friend. Oh. Is that open? This is indeed open. Oh, that's where I've just come from. Right, that makes more... Oh. Goodness. So presumably I can now input a code, and how long is the code? 4 digit. Okay, so I'm looking for a 4-digit code in order to help me figure out how I'm going to get into the lab. And I also need to find an elevator. Okay, that seems vaguely doable. Hi, friend. I probably shouldn't shoot you because it means I'm going to be completely out of ammunition, but I'm still going to do it because I'm just that much of an idiot. Right, never mind. Oh dear, I like this though. This is very nice. This is fun. So what are you? You're like the back of a lobster with spider's legs and then some sort of massive toothed vagina as well. Excellent. That's lovely. So this is crew quarters, evidently. Is this open? Yes, it is. Oh, more crew quarters. Okay, so there might be like a journal in here that might have a code in it, if we're going off the standard stuff. So this is a map of the world, and you're highlighting certain areas, but you're not telling me what they're all about. What does this say? Exploration is in our nature. That's at the start of that PlayStation 5 advert. We begin as wanderers. We are wanderers still. We have lingered long enough on the shores of the cosmic ocean. We are steady at last to set something the stars. Okay, I have no idea what you're wishing on about. It is said that men may not be the dreams of the god, but rather that the gods are the dreams of men. That's an interesting way of looking at things, but I've yet to see any scientific evidence either way yet. So that's just a drawing of something that's not very important. Anything else in here? Fresh gun? What does this say? Password 3895. 3894. Right, so that I can keep my didgeridoo-dah in my hand, I'm not going to get out of bed until 12 in the afternoon. Right, never mind. I'm going to write that down in my head. Right. Anything else? Gas mask. I don't really want a gas mask. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I thought that was a pistol made of made of wood, if I'm honest. But never mind, this is cool. You can actually see something for once. That's nice. Let's not walk underneath them, because they're frankly very deadly. So. I keep forgetting where these things are. It's utterly ridiculous. Right, I can barely see this thing. Right, okay. Excuse me? I'll run that one by me again. Right. 3894. Access granted. Fantastic. Can I have another gun, please? And can this thing please? Oh. Do you know what? I might get out of here sooner rather than later. Could I be permitted to climb the thank you. Ah, that brings back memories of my childhood. Not in a good way. Don't even ask. Right, what is going on? Is this the thingamajig I need? What is that noise? And what happened to there being something in here that was useful? Or do I need to go down there and get it? Because I'm not doing that. What does this computer say? Does this computer say anything interesting? Code generation. What? I don't know. Let's go for a triple X. Why not? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Right. Does this open? No, there's nothing even behind that. Right. So now that we've got the power generation, things must be working a bit better. Okay, so we'll get back at Earth. 96 hours. What is that telling me to do? What is that telling me to... Oh, right. You're literally just telling me to swing my eyes around. Oh, not again. Wow, those things are a lot smaller than they look when they're in your face. Right. Sheesh. Might I be permitted 2 seconds? Or might I not? Okay, let me just take my things back for a moment. For crying out loud. Specimens break out. Right, so everything's broken out, everything's dying, everything's going horribly, horribly wrong. So have I... I'm sorry, what? Has the power gone off again? Yes, it has. Oh, gosh. Let me go back and get a light. Oh, for goodness sake, one of the specimens must have gotten into the power and started fiddling with things. Kindly take it. Thank you very much. Okay, well, the place should be empty with the exception of whatever it is that's just screwed with the power. So, that'd be you, wouldn't it? Yeah. I should have twigged. Oh, great. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Oh. Hi, you remind me of Monstrum. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. But here we are. I'm going to try and shut the door when I get through here, which I've just realised is an utterly stupid idea because that means he's going to be in there with me. And I've just run out of sprint and he's already hot on my heels. Oh, what fun we're not having here today. Oh dear, right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, where's the elevator? What elevator are you talking about? Is this an elevator? This looks more like another specimen chamber to me. Is this an elevator? No, clearly not. Right, hi friend. Hi. I'm going to go up here because I'm going to hope you can't. He says, immediately feeling like he's about to fall off. There we are. Hey friend. Where have you gone, friend? Where is friend? I don't know. Friend is probably going to murder me out. Oh. Did he take a look and decide I wasn't in here? That would be lovely. Another notepad, there's more goggles. And a gun! I'll have that. Oh, friend, where have you gone? There you are, friend. Hello, friend. You dead? Don't think you're dead. I'm going to shoot you a bit more to make you dead. Are you completely dead now? Probably not. I think it's going to be like a temporary stun thing rather than anything else. Right, okay, so I have one more stun to hit him with. So I suppose I should keep looking and try and find this elevator. Do you play the tricks of Vanish? Because they won't work on me. Right, elevator, 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 elevator. Where is an elevator? Has this changed at all? No, this just like darkens the screen and then... Oh, panorama. That's literally just a window control. Oh, well, aren't I just the stupidest man in the country? There's a joke in there about politics somewhere, but I'm too tired to make it. Right, let me try and circumnavigate my way around. Is that a power core? That looks like it might be a power core. Something special. No, that was some sort of pill that I took and has now made my eyes go all funny. Another glow stick and whatever under the sun this thing is. I have no idea what this is. It's a freeze gun. Elevator. Perfect. Oh god. Oh gosh. Give me the gun. Give me the gun. Give me the gun. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Right. Just open them. Without imperfection, you or I would not exist. Human race will not survive unless we spread our shores, or whatever under the sun that said, because I didn't have time to read it, because frankly at this point I nearly had a heart attack. I'm sorry, how do I gain access to the elevator? There is nothing here in which I may input a code. Oh, for crap. Out loud, that scared me. Right. What also confuses me is how under the sun I didn't die to him, because he reacted like I shot him, but I didn't lose a bullet on this thing, and this thing only freezes, it doesn't actually shoot. So I'm highly befuddled as to what exactly happened. But never mind. Who cares? Is this code generation thing done, whatever under the sun this is supposed to do? What is it? QV? What is this? What is this talking about? Did it disappear after the timer went away? I suppose I have to sit here and wait now, don't I? Do you mind? You know, I was... Super strong creatures, very resilient to main attacks. Check the main panel for more information. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being so accursedly informative. Right. Is he down there? He's probably down there, isn't he? What? Check the main panel. Noise attracts enemies, specifically running. Some enemies can't see without light. Keep doors closed. Search for items on cases. Follow instructions on the AI. Select tab. What? What? Status tab. I can't even read. It's been another 6 hours. Goodness, is that recorded going this long? Right. What?
Specimen number 6. From the planet Luton, the most recent species acquired. We don't know much about it. The specimen has shown to make the most intelligent choices from the rest specimens. It is amazing.
Fascinating. Why under the sun do we care? Why didn't we leave it where it belongs?
From the planet LHS 1140b, it is a small creature that uses some type of egg to evolve. These two interact as a symbiosis. Experiments have shown that they cannot survive without the other for so long.
Sounds like me and pizza. Is that what this thing is then?
From the planet Luton,
it doesn't seem to have a little avatar. Ash.
We don't know much about it.
What a terrible shame.
Shown to make the most intelligent choices from the rest specimens. It is amazing.
I beg to differ fully and wholeheartedly, friend. Okay, let me get...
Give me the final blow.
I remember that voice. Oh, it's you. I thought that was the corpse of John or whatever his name was. Right, where under the sun is this? Is that thing? Is that the thing? Is this the thing I'm supposed to have? Because I'm not picking this up. Power core. There we are. Right. Here we are. Now we actually have half a chance. Okay. There we are. Right. Return to the escaping pod, as you say. Goodness sake.
Unfortunately, it has passed so long, all the specimens have escaped.
What?
I couldn't contain them. The
I know
possibilities
that,
of
just shut up.
survival here are pretty much
That was
zero.
more Irish than
You
Scottish,
need to
but never
leave
mind.
the ship as soon as possible. 2 power cores are
Wasted my
required to
bullet.
enter the escaping pod. 1 core is located downstairs in the laboratory, which is locked. You'll need a password. The second one
No!
is the elevator. Also,
Oh boy, he's very, very fast today. Hello, friend. You are very, very forthwith in your quest to murder me. Have this accursed thing. Right, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. I'm running away very fast now. Right, intend to close doors behind you, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close that door, and I'm going to go this way, I think. Because this is the way of the elevator, and that's the thing I need to go to, I think. Oh, gosh. This is brilliant. I'm having the time of my life playing this. This is fantastic. Right. Elevator. Which way was the elevator? Oh, you're still frozen. That's lovely. Are you alive? You look like you're alive. Okay, now that I have half a millisecond to actually look at this. So this is locked. How do I open it? What do I do? How do I progress? To understand what it meant now about being stealthy, I should have been doing that a lot more. Okay, so how do I access the elevator? How do I unlock the elevator door? That's a throbby star. Okay, what else is there over here? Is there anything else of use here? Was there anything else written on these that were interesting? Human race until it spreads what? I don't know. No, okay, just drivel on them. Literal drivel. Are you dead? I'm going to assume for the time being that you're dead. Yeah, you seem to be bleeding, which I suppose is a good sign when it comes to death. Well, I say bleeding, it's more like the pus inside you is escaping. Right, let's just chill and relax for 2 seconds. How am I supposed to get this elevator door open? That's got to be my current objective, right? Get the elevator door open so I can get to the other thing. I suppose it's worth a try. I highly doubt shutting the windows is going to open this. Still locked? Yeah. So there must be something I can do, some switch that I can flip or something in order to gain access to that. So let me backtrack for a little bit, look around, see if I can see anything else I can interact with that I can make use of in order to get the elevator running again. Yes, good. Friend is still in there. Big fat friend is still in there. Have I been this way before? I feel like I have. Yes, I have, because he's dead. Oh yes, this is where the quarters were. Is this open? Yes, it is. The question is, how am I going to get rid of you? Because you're going to be a right pain in my backside. Hello. I'm going to try and shut you... Oh, gosh, I've just run out of sprint. I'm going to try and shut him in here. This is going to go horribly wrong. Come on, friend. There we go. Come on. Inside. Inside. There we are. With your horrible, horrible limbs. Oh, gosh, stop doing that. Oh, stop it. Oh, you can stop it as well, for crying out loud. Right. Let's try and... Oh, the doors aren't working while the power's off, is it? Goodness sake, if it's not one thing, it's another. It's like having children. I don't know why I said that, because I don't have any children. So how the hell would I know? I don't know. Shush. Going insane. Right, give me a minute, I'll get the power back on, I'll get back over there, and we'll see what's in that other room. That might help us access the elevator. Give us a minute. I don't see friend, but I assume that he's still in there. Right. Power's back on. This fine, upstanding gentleman needs to be dealt with. So, give me 2 seconds. Try and get him in here. Okay, so they attack via a type of projectile. They also don't follow you if you're far enough away, so I'm trying to get him, lure him inside, run out, sprint, feel like an idiot, hiccup in the middle of a sentence, and then shut the door on him like that. Excellent work if I do say so myself. Right, prepare for there to be absolutely nothing in here that's of any use to me whatsoever. What's this? Picture of a drawing of something? Yeah, drawing of some sort of Wendigo looking creature, that's fantastically useful. Drawing of something else. I don't really want a drawing. I don't think drawings are very useful in the grand scheme of things. What's this? That's this, which I still have no idea what this is or how this helps. Oh, good, another gun. Thank you, I'll have that. What was that? A ring for dinner, I suppose? Right, goodness, that looks like an uncomfortable bed. Is that honestly the most interesting thing you can think to say at this moment, Phil? Yes, I think it is. That's depressing, isn't it? Right, enough talking to myself, as if I wasn't already doing that for the past 37 minutes and 42 seconds. Where under the sun am I supposed to open the door to the elevator? Let's not look under that thing again. Right, is friend still here? Because I'm convinced it's going to be something to do with this code thing, right? This hasn't been used at all. So this must be something, right? I'll try, I don't know, a quadruple X one. Am I supposed to write down the letters and numbers? Because they're not there for nearly long enough for me to be able to read them.
Need those power cores to escape the ship. John,
Yes.
search for them in the laboratory and in the elevator.
I know that. How am I supposed to get in the elevator, though? That's the question you haven't answered, friend. Oh, friend's up there. Right. Let's leave that area then. That area can frankly just wait its sweet turn. Definitely nothing in here. Just quickly check in here again. Hang on a minute. Is that? No, that's the door to that. So that doesn't help at all. Have a whole orchestra going at this rate. Or at least when they get frozen in a blast, they stay frozen. That's something I'm infinitely grateful for. I'm going to turn that off. How is something so fat that stealthy? Yes, I noticed that he's a super strong creature. I also noticed that my phone is being noisy. Kindly be quiet. Not interested. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to open the elevator? And how am I supposed to get all this gunk out of my eye? Ugh. Right. What's this? What is this? Oh. This is the elevator. How precisely in the name of Malakat's toenails was I supposed to know I needed to do this? Oh, gosh. Oh no, it's alright, I've got it. It's fine. I just don't have anything to defend myself with. And friend is probably still here. And there's the body of whoever under the sun the second person was. Can I have his gun? Oh, my mistake, it's not his body, it's just half of his body. I've still got the gun though. Good. Let's run away. As quick as we physically can. Oh, right, sorry. I have some sort of clue that I'm supposed to fire myself down some sort of zip line in order to access the elevator would be fine and dandy. But never mind. Never mind. It doesn't matter. We've got the power core thingamajig that we need now. We've got something to defend ourselves with, kind of. I don't think that's actually going to work on our good friend, but never mind. If you would kindly move your bum.
Wait, John, I recommend to deactivate the power core and replace the power core.
You could have warned me sooner, madam. You could have warned me sooner. Right, how do I shut off this infernal din? Is he still there? No, but that guy is. How? How do I do that? Would you kindly shush? Can I just have that gun? Could I just have that gun, please? Thank you very much. There we go. Right. How do I shut these off? How do I shut them off? What? What? You said shut the power cores off? What? I recommend to deactivate the power in order to... Oh, that power. I thought I meant the power cores, not the actual freaking power. Oh, right. Okay, fine. How under the sun are we going to get the door open with the power off? I have no idea. But what does it matter? I am a complete fool. Anyway, enough about news that we've already heard previously. Let's turn the volume back up. Now things have gotten spooky again, and see if we can get back to the escaping pod. I really hope that's a reference to Carry On Abroad, but at this second... I really hope that's a reference to Carry On Abroad, but at the same time I highly doubt it. It's probably just a grammatical mistake. Okay. So I'm just going to get in there, get in the escape pod. In fact, I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to go that way. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go the long way around. Hi. Well, open! You are yanking my chain. Yes, I've shut the power off. And it's still locked. What? Shut up, for goodness sake. Enough of that frickin' noise. What now? What now? I've shut the alarm off. No, the status, for crying out loud. The status! Give me strength. What do I do now? What? Oh, hi. Oh, you can be frozen. That's lovely. You're probably frozen temporarily though, aren't you? I'm the last person on it. Everyone else is dead. Everyone else is dead. Everyone else is completely dead. And I can't open this door. Yes, I've done that now. Have I just broken the game because I put the power core in before I turned the alarm off? Because with the message coming in that soon, I cannot have been the only person who did that. Wake up, smell the roses, kill me, and we'll do this again. I'll do it myself. Right, I don't know if I was doing something wrong then, but I feel like I wasn't. Could I have a... Could I have a mouse? No, I couldn't have a mouse. Frickin' fantastic. Right. Fantastic, so the game managed to break to the point where it wasn't actually displaying my mouse on the screen, I couldn't do anything. Great. Okay, so, I don't know if I was doing something wrong then. I assume that I did do something wrong, because it cannot be that you just can't get through that door if you put the power core in before you turn the power off, because with the message coming up that quickly, or that late, once you've got the second power core, that's just ridiculous. So, never mind, give me a minute, I'll go through everything we've just done again, and try and get back there, and we can finish this, hopefully. Right. Oh, shut up. Give us the gun and shush.
Wait, John, I recommend to
See, if you walk in
deactivate the
here, it's
power
fine. If you
cord to
run,
the
it's
last
not.
power core. Otherwise, an alarm will be triggered.
That's fine, I don't mind doing that. I'm perfectly happy to do that, and if you told me to do that before I did it, you wouldn't have happened the first time. Right, never mind. Everything went perfectly fine, apart from the bit where I died like an idiot, but other than that, everything went absolutely fine. I see the big chap is still hanging around over there, so that's lovely. I'm going to shut this off and run for my miserable life. Yeah, I feel like he's going to escape. He's going to escape very quickly, so... Everything's fine. Let's just get in there, put the power in. That won't set off the alarm. We'll get into the escaping pod, and then we will be escaping. Fantastic. Ugh. Give me the power cord. And the gun. Thank you. The lack of light does not help. Capable to eliminate most living beings. It travels through walls. What are you talking about? There we are. Right. So I didn't do anything wrong.
Now seems like a code is needed to open the pod. Since the specimens have escaped, the ship is on lockdown. Find the code to lift the lockdown to get out of here. It's a pleasure helping you out, but this time I can't help you. You've got to figure it out yourself.
You've been the grand total of diddly squat help so far, so thanks a bunch. Right, let me go and turn the power back on. Right, so it's not smooth sailing yet. Every single time. Ugh. Right, so it's not smooth sailing, we're not free yet. We still need to figure out how to release the ship's lockdown so that we can escape. Although, to be honest with you, that undoubtedly means that the monsters will escape too. So I can only assume that... shut up, nobody cares. Can't have that. Right, okay. Shut up. That was funny at first, but now it's a joke, I think. I would assume it's to do with that code generation terminal that we saw earlier, that I was faffing around with and I couldn't see any use for. Presumably, that's what this is all to do with. RVME. RVME.
Specimen number 3. From the planet Lee 667cc. Some kind of arachnids that uses its frontal legs as a weapon to incapacitate the prey and then eat it. It is not really fast.
Scientific explanation there for you. Sorry, I just noticed that had come up, so I just wanted to show you that. Great. 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 So do you get more specific information when you die to a creature? No, you don't. Right, that's that theory out the window then. Right, so, quick update on where we are so far. I died then because I stepped on one of their eggs. Instead of it being a left or right this time, it was down, and I was moving the mouse down as much as I physically could, but it wasn't doing any good, so that kind of ballsed everything up. I noted down the 3 codes that you get here. You get, for the 4X one, for the 4-digit code, you get RVME. For the 3-digit one, you get RHI, and for the 2-digit one, you get IN. I just have no idea what that's supposed to go to, because this only takes numbers, and this is the only thing I've seen which actually has anything where you can input a code. Nothing else even vaguely resembles anything useful that could even begin to relate to these figures. Oh, for crying out loud. Right. Also have nothing to get any light. I still have no idea what these things are supposed to do. They seem to have no benefit whatsoever. All the lockers are empty as well, I've noticed, which is a bit... Ah, they speak English and they walk through walls. Lovely stuff. Genuinely fantastic. Right, so now their corpses attack you as well. Frickin' fantastic. Give me strength. Just give me strength. That's the power back on for 2 measly seconds then. I don't know. I'm just lost at this point. This isn't tiresome, I swear it. Right. Right, give me a while longer. I'll bang my head against the wall until I'm bleeding and crying and figure out where under the sun I'm supposed to put this code. Just don't even look at me right now. I'm such a disgrace to humanity.
But I must tell you should consider destroying this ship first if it lands on Earth would be tragic. Thinking like a human being, I believe, is the most reasonable thing to do to save your species. Take the elevator and initiate an auto-destruction. You need a gas mask. It's all contaminated and messy down there. This is the last thing you do, and you will get out of this unfortunate situation.
No!
To say, it is up to you. Good luck, John.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm here all week, try the veal for crying out loud. You remind me of 016, which is a lovely thing. Kindly screw off and die. Right. Fine, I suppose I should peel my human... hell that's supposed to mean. Right, give us that for no particularly good reason. Right. Just don't even... Oh, I am going to... murder somebody. I'm not... I love this game because pressing retry doesn't actually let you retry. Only pressing menu lets you retry. Right. Give me a while longer and I'll go through it all over again for some frickin' reason.
For the pot, I cannot let you die here, John.
You don't want to give me any frickin' help though, are you? I don't know. UCJC. Why is Caplog's gone off? For crying out loud. Honestly, could anything else go frickin' wrong? Right, and where the hell did that gas mask go? There it is. Right. I have a gas mask and I have a bullet, and if anything gets in my way, my giddy frickin' aunt is gonna eat this bullet hard. Sorry. I'm not mad at... well... Just ignore me for 5 minutes and let's just... Right, let's head down to wherever it is we're going. I will explain my qualms in a moment. Let me just focus on whatever the hell it is we're doing here first. Lovely, 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 lovely. So presumably I could have already left at this point. My accursed humanity has decided that I need to stick around. This is nice. This is gory. This is gorelicious. Lovely to see that they left their underpants on even though they murdered them. That's nice. Right, I don't have time for this. Let's keep moving. Chop, 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 chop. As has literally happened down here, it would seem. They've literally chopped, 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 chopped everybody into pieces. Oh dear. More bad guys? Are all of these things going to escape?
I can talk to you in this room. To be honest, I didn't think you could make it to this point. Here are all the species humans thought could dominate. They don't understand there are things they cannot play with. They cannot manipulate everything.
Humans don't like to
you
play
see
with
it,
themselves.
John, some things are perfect the way they are. That's why they created you, John. But now you will die in here. You won't even make it out of this place. These species deserve better than humans do. They are perfect. This ship will land on Earth, no matter what. I can't be destroyed, but humans will be.
Manual destruction. What is this? Why do I have... Why do I have some frickin' cube? Can I have my frickin' cube back? Thank you. I'd like my... Do you know what? Fuck. Okay, I wasn't actually expecting you to do that. Okay, well I guess the escape pod's working. And if it's not, I'm going to hit something.
That's why they created you, John.
Ah, shut up, nobody cares. John's dead, whoever John is. All humans in Earth will die. Not the ones on Earth, that's absolutely fine. You're not very good at this whole clicking and going back to the menu thing, are you, game? So you can select one or the other, but you can't actually do anything once you've done that. Space, enter, escape doesn't do anything. Right. Entropia. Or, I've also, whatever it's called, I don't care at this point. Okay, right. Let's start at the top, let's start at the beginning, and work our way to the end. Right. At the beginning, it was very, very good. Very nice environment, I loved the lights, I loved the computer terminal design, the enemies were interesting. All really, really good. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. My problems with it is that due to the cramped environments, it is extremely easy to die, and that's fine. They give you 4 lives to get through it, and that's absolutely fine. I ended up getting a little bit frustrated at the end, considering the fact that I had to play it 3 times. And I wouldn't have needed to play it 3 times if, when you put the second energy core into the door of the escaping pod, it says, don't do that because that will set off an alarm. That's fine, I don't have a problem with that. My problem is that if you're running into that room, by the time you've reached the door, that message has not started, okay? You get to the door and you're able to click on it before the message actually starts, which means you don't know that you're not supposed to do that. It would be great if maybe she mentioned that in the previous room, when you're walking in there. That would be fantastic. And also what would be lovely is if, when you royally screw it up, it could actually kill you, rather than making you manually restart. Or there being, or I don't know, maybe setting off the alarm makes it harder, but that doesn't make it impossible. I don't know. It doesn't... Maybe I did something wrong, maybe I didn't. I don't know. It seems like once you set off the alarm, there is no way to actually beat the game after that point, and it doesn't automatically kill you, or at least give you an obvious way to die, which to me is rather annoying. Secondly, it seems like if you don't know that you're supposed to look up the code pieces as you're going along, you either have to spend ages at the end sitting there waiting for the timer to go down, the 30-second timer to go down while you're waiting for the new code to be generated. If you do it as you go along and just every time you go back to the main computer you pick up another one, that's absolutely fine. But of course you don't have to do that on your first try, which means your first try is naturally going to be very inefficient, very messy, and probably going to either end up with you not knowing what you're doing or end up sitting there at the end just waiting for about a minute and 45 seconds, just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen, which doesn't really do much for the flow of the game. I've also got my slight annoyance about accessing the elevator via going down that zip line, which you only access by going up a ladder and then through a portal in the original starting room, which to me seems a little bit weird, because you don't go back into the starting room for any reason other than that, which means once you leave the starting room, which is a dead end, and then go into the main computer room, that room with the computer in it then seems to be your hub, where everything else stems from. You've got no reason to go back into the original room, which then means you search the entire rest of the ship looking for a way to access the elevator, and you don't find it, and eventually you then go back into the starting room, which to me seems a bit odd. It doesn't seem like it's designed to make it sort of flow naturally and you naturally stumble across the way to progress rather than just being handed to you on a plate. You naturally stumble upon it. That didn't seem to happen, so I'm bugged about the alarm. I'm bugged about how easy it is to die in the cramped environments. I understand, and I'm perfectly fine with that door to the storage room just being a clipping issue. I don't have a problem with that. That's just because it's early access, it's whatever at this point. That's fine, I don't have a problem with that. But the alarm, the lack of logicalness, I suppose, of logical progression in terms of finding the way to the access to the elevator is fine. Obviously, there are some problems in the final scene where you're going down that corridor. It's meant to be like spooky and scary, but there isn't a lot of sound design to go with that, and it's just a lot of gore. And there's this, I've probably said this at some point before, there's a very distinct line to be drawn between horror and gore. They are two very different things. One is extremely scary, and the other one is not scary at all. The other one is rather just sort of upsetting and disgusting to people who are of a slightly less stony and miserable disposition than I am. So anyway, overall, it's very good. It's really, honestly, very good. It just has a couple of tiny points that really need tweaking. The elevator, the alarm, obviously the menu bit where you click retry and it doesn't actually retry, or you click menu and doesn't actually take you back to the menu. It would be lovely if they work, that would be lovely too, but that's just a tiny little problem that can be ironed out. I understand that. It's not a design problem, it's a programming problem, which are far easier to fix. So I don't have a problem with that. And obviously the second, the final scene rather, is a bit of a, it's a bit of a bummer and it's a bit annoying. I don't know, I feel like it would be more satisfying if it just killed you. Like, I don't know, she drained the oxygen out of the room and then there was just a cinematic where you fall over and die. I feel like that would be nicer than you just walking through a load of eggs and dying, because that is just annoying at that point. It feels like a frustrating way to die rather than a nice cinematic way to die. Because you've got to die, I don't have a problem with that. Like, you want to kill the main character, absolutely fine, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, I quite enjoy that. But just do it in a nice way rather than like make it a frustrating and annoying way. But that's that. That's everything I can possibly say about this game. Overall, very good. Just there's a couple of points that really, really need to be tweaked, because I got to the end of this feeling rather frustrated, drained, and annoyed, rather than really pleased that I could have felt if this had worked just a tiny bit better. So, that's it. That's this game. Overall, very good. Just some major problems, minor problems, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. At this point, I just want to go stick my head under a cold tap. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it. Look out for each other, and good night.